Happy Monday, y'all. What is going on? Just got home from work. I'm going to start doing these Monday lives on a regular, so here we are. Let me turn this. Ooh, that is not what I want. I need to turn my volume down there. What's everybody up to on a Monday? Nobody? Because it's still quiet in here. The excitement of a vertical live, going live, always takes a little while before it starts kicking. Just sit here and stare at the camera until people start popping in. Or maybe no one shows up. You never know. You never know. Boom. And it's cooking with gas. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Laid Off Pete? Yes. Wow. Excellent, excellent. What is going on today? None for now. Not much. It's a normal Monday. I'll be doing these vertical lives after work on Mondays. Try to get a consistent, schedulable. Sure. What's everybody up to today? How'd we go? How was the weekend? Mine was good. Got some stuff filmed. Did a few projects. I went ice fishing for the first time on Saturday. What's up, Henry? I packed up a bunch of stuff and shipped a bunch of things out. So several of you, I haven't sent out tracking information. But I did send out a bunch of things, so some of the winners will be getting some tracking information and getting some packages from me. Thanks again for helping me celebrate my 7,000 subscribers. We are now almost at 7,200. It's going well. What did you catch? Being cold. Well, it was very cold for a few days. Bro, I love your style. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was cold in Minnesota. It was like 10 below, then like 3 below. And then the day we went on Saturday, it actually was like 29 degrees. So it was kind of a change in the front. So it was warmer, but then it was kind of sleety rain. What's up, YouTube Music Portal? Miss Jody, why are you sad? We're going to cheer you up. There were some people out running around being loud, and the ice was clear and there wasn't a lot of snow on it, which means the fish can kind of see, and presence and moving around spooks them a little bit more. So they were a little quiet, but I caught a few bluegills, a northern pike, and a couple of, my God, crappies. A couple crappies started coming in towards the end of the day. Got you a yonder in the mail today. I've been flicking it. So you enjoying that yonder? It looks like a solid knife. What's his name? My brain just shut off. Zach in the Wild designed that one. It's a Civivi, right? Civivi yonder. I should check one of those out. It does look nice. But I don't know. I probably caught a dozen, probably 7, 8, 9 bluegills, 3 or 4 crappies, and the 1 pike. Wasn't super crazy of a day, nothing big, but it was fun. What's up, Knives Live? It was fun. Anybody see my video today? I got behind on videos. I was waiting for knives to come in the mail. I was in the middle of projects. I have a Shipwreck project that is actually finally almost done. Oh my God, what am I doing? Boo! Much better, right? How many knives do I have? I don't know. Michael, once it gets to a point, you get worried about it and stop counting. It's at least 250. I think we're probably pushing 275, coming up on that 300 at some point. Last time I did count, it was like 220-ish. I know I've gotten several since then. I like it a lot. Yeah, Civivi. I did post a video today. Last minute shopping. Wait a minute. Hold on. Based. Boom. If you have any last minute shopping to do, there's my Kaiser link right there. If you click on that link, go to Kaiser, or you buy anything, I do get a little kickback. Not much. I don't make a whole lot on the channel. That's not why I do the channel. I do it because I love talking about the knives. I love doing customizations. I love customizing things and having people interested in it, and then I get to sell it to them, and then they get to enjoy something that they can't just buy from the factories. But yeah, Kaiser, a lot of good stuff. Get yourself a Milita. If you're trying to get a last minute gift, the mini Milita and the regular Milita, this knife is fantastic. They both have awesome action. They flick out really easy. Thumb out, no problem at all. And then they both have a top flipper. This is 154 cm. This one's Nitro V. They have a lot of different versions. You can get D2, you can get M390, you can get S35, S45. Anywhere from $50 to like $200. Militas are awesome. Really nice stuff. Any diving knives? I actually do have one diving knife. I got it hoping I would use it when I lived in California. Ended up never really going. Was in an accident, damaged my inner ear, which kind of messes up your equilibrium. And then my doctor said I will not be okay to get certified for scuba diving, since you can't lose equilibriums and have issues clearing your ears when you're underwater. So I can't do that anymore. So I did some more snorkeling and things like that, but I kind of fell out of it a little bit. But I did buy this CRKT dive knife in probably 2007. So it has a dual edge, the serrate on the one side. Look at how shiny that is. And then it has this blunt tip. It's not sharp on the tip. It's kind of like a flathead screwdriver size for prying. So you catch a clam or an oyster or something, you can pry it open with this. But a nice G10 handle, solid full tang, dive knife that I've never actually had a chance to go diving with. But it is cool. I'm glad I have it in the collection. I just wish I was able to have used it more. Anybody picking up any last minute knives for the holidays? You're all done shopping for the year? Where are we at? I still have a few gifts I need to buy and a few gifts I need to make. I have a couple gifts that are actually in transit. So hopefully one of them is supposed to be here today. One of them is supposed to be here tomorrow. One of them was supposed to be here today, but it says it's still in Chicago. So it says it's supposed to be here by the end of the day, but it also says it was in Chicago at noon. So might as well just tell me it's not going to be here today. What's going on, Kathleen? Marco? Can you be my dad? Looking for some adoption? Would you like to come over, hang out, talk about knives? What's up, Gons? What are you up to tonight? I do want to get more Bowie knives. Bowie knives. They are cool. I fell down the rabbit hole, though, of trying to find, like, old ones. I haven't gone on Amazon in quite a long... Amazon. Kidding me? I'm on Amazon all the time. eBay. Haven't been on eBay in a while. And after getting this brand new Rough Rider, it makes me want to... thank you for subscribing. Blue Taz. It just made me like go in there and type vintage Bowie knife and then start researching and trying to find some old ones that someone has that they're looking to get rid of. It is kind of heavy. It actually weighs more than a pound. That huge crown stag handle and the brass, 10 3/4 inches on that long ass thick blade. It is beefy. It's not a spendy one. Those Rough Rider ones, you know, 440 stainless. It was like $40 or something like that. Make one for me. I wish. I would love to get into making some. I got my silly Rambo knife. This one's even cheaper yet. We are going to beat the crap out of this thing at some point. If you're interested in that, give me some ideas, topics, things we can do to smash with it. Got to have this one down every time. Uncle Ed's asking about a katana. I do have a katana. Oh, wait. That's not a katana. But it is pretty cool, right? That is a cold steel, Koboon. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Here I come. Give me a moment. You can see the Hamon on there. That is the real deal. I actually got this over 20 years ago. This is hand folded, handmade. You can see on that blade, it's real stuff. Good times. Got the wrap with the stingray inlay. Boom. It is just miniature. Yeah. The old Koboon from Cold Steel. This one's also about 20 years old. What's up, Big Hams? How's it going, bud? What you up to? Oh my God. Stop me. Stop me. Is that a Boker USB on the table? Look at you. So my camera must work. It's in fairly good focus. That right there is the Boker USB stick with secret sauce. These are fantastic. For an inexpensive little knife, they are fun. You'll have a knife with a bad past. Also not the poop knife. Well, it is a poop knife. But yeah, the USB is fun. I'm trying to think of a knife with a bad story. Would be like something that like I cut myself. You know, like right when I got this karambit, as you can see, double-edged, serrate, gnarly. Of course, you got that ring. You got to spin it around. I was spinning it around, caught myself on my thumb, made a nice little cut. That kind of threw me off. Leafy Wiggy. Poop knife is suspicious. It's clean. It's a bit tangy. It does have a little bit of a smear factor. You can watch the video and you can see. Robo! What's up, Robo? Uncle Ed would like to own a collection of swords from every culture. That sounds like an awesome collection, Uncle Ed. I have a few. I should probably pull them out, but most of them, I need to go find the box. I have a bunch of that junk, you know, like several, the mall store, thrift store junk, you know. I have one katana that you can tell it's just like someone took a sheet of metal and just punch cut it. Don't lick the poop knife. It was just a taste. It was just a taste. You know. Whoops. Let's see. Sorry. Just taking care of... What? What? Why are we doing this to me? My thing's being silly on me here. All right, we're fine. We're fine. We're totally fine. Also, did manage to check out the restoration of my old knife. Oh, this one. It turned out, huh? That was completely rusted over. I haven't gotten to sharpening it yet. And if you look at the tip, there is a little ball, little dented. You can see it better on that side. But young me jammed that into a rock, pried something with it. But realistically, I mean, that cleaned up very well for being as old as it is and as rusty and nasty as it was. I'm not upset. I did start. I haven't even posted any of that. I started doing my Rough Rider sheep's foot knife, the big Rough Rider for a shipwreck process. And what happened was when I went to take the pocket clip off, this is not that knife, but when I went to take the clip off, the screws that were holding the clip on were really bad. And I'm not blaming anyone. You buy it's a D2 copper handle Rough Rider for like $30. But the screws, I take a lot of knives apart on the channel. And I know you have to make sure that you have the bit in there good, because if you're not pushing hard, it'll kind of bounce on you. And that bounce, every time that happens, you're going to start tearing up your bit or tearing up the threads. And I have good Weehaw bits. The first one I went in and it spun free. I was like, oh, is this actually like a T7? Because this T6 just doesn't even grab. And so I put in a 7. The 7 was too big. So like the one had gotten stripped out on installation is my claim. Whatever, you can blame me. I'm not going to be mad about it. The second one, I could feel it wanting to turn, but I was keeping pushing down. And instead of bumping out and around, it just ended up turning and it just ground that free. And then instantly, both of those screws were unremovable. So long story short, I ended up taking a Dremel tool. So if there's the head of the screw that I can't screw out anymore, and I just took a Dremel tool and went like this and turned them both into flathead screws, and then I was able to take them off, and now I was able to get it apart and then do the Shipwreck. I can show you. Not bad. They are still, they got some clear coat. I sprayed a little clear coat on them, so they are still kind of wet. I need to put a couple more layers on there. I found when you clear coat them, it definitely helps seal it in, and then you get all those good colors to kind of, not that they don't stay, but that coat just makes it just boom. That's the best one yet. I couldn't even really see it. Let me grab one of those. Seems to be fairly dry. It's kind of dark in here. I love the caramely colors and all the blue. And let me grab the other one. It's the other side. Very marbly texture. I am happy about it. Quite happy. If you've seen some of the Shipwreck projects, it's depending on how you do it, it can be very random. If you look at these two, very different, yet they're both shipwrecks. So depending on how much salt you add, what kind of container you, or like the style that you do will affect your final outcome. Both of those look like this when they started. Not that's clean, shiny anymore. Now they look awesome. That knife has riz. Thank you. A rusted knife would be dangerous on human skin. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Fun edits by me. Have you ever got hurt with them? Yeah, I don't have any scars, but if you look right there, there's a little red dot. I did kind of tag my hand a week ago. I get, I'm not, some people cut themselves all the time. I'm handling knives often. I cut myself every once in a while. Not a lot, not as much as some others do, but every couple weeks or something here and there, I'll catch myself. I was sharpening one the other day and it like sliced into my skin but didn't make it all the way through. Do I have any Chavez knives? I do not. But I have this. So technically I do. This is not mine. This is Rene Ramon's. I'm going to be doing a custom job to this really soon. He's definitely used this. If you look at that tip, he's beat on this one quite a bit. But I'm going to be doing an anodized laser removal, anodized custom laser mark. Yes, all 4 of those processes in one to that fairly soon. But I do not own any Chavez myself. What is the most expensive knife I have bought? Is in that $250 range, West. It'll go up, I'm sure. But where I'm at, trying to find, I have everything everywhere. Okay, my Devos, the Devo Premium Pony Stout. I think actually this one you can get for under $200 now. Another nice titanium knife. I know I bought, geez, this is the Devo Tall Boy with the dark mode. This one was $200. Tall Boy is great. Devo does make some really good stuff. CJRB Frac with the S90V and the Frag Titanium. This one was also about $200. Benchmade, the only Benchmade I bought, these go for $180, $190. The bug out, I mean the tagged out, this is like the bug out's big brother. Not a huge fan, it's too light. I know they made this in the bug out to be ultra light with those scales. I love the design and the shape, but it's just too light for me. If I picked up some of the custom goat scales, like the titanium scales or something, I'd probably enjoy it a lot more. Carter. Benchmade's okay, but they just overcharge on stuff. When they sell the narrows for $500, it should be $350 at the most. But that's my personal opinion that a lot of people agree with. I do have this Osborne right now. This is Lanyard Man's on loan. This one was also shipwrecked. What a fun random process it is. Brown Sugar 69. God, you are on my list of things that are getting mailed out. I'll have some tracking for you. I packed up 13 packages and spent like $70 some in shipping at the post office. And I have a couple more little packages that don't have any prizes, just have like some stickers and some stuff in them for a few others. But yeah, holy cow. And of course, I always try to go to the post office at the right time. I got there at the time that's usually really slow, and of course, holiday time, there was like 12 people. I really need to rearrange the way I do my shipping, and I'm thinking about getting like the label printer or and you can just go online and you might have to pay a little bit more or whatever, and you can just print it. Or what's the one called Pirate Ship or something like that. Might try that or something. Just my buddy does it where he prints it all himself, and then when he goes to the post office, you don't have to wait in line. You can just go up and just hand it to him. It's already taken care of, and then that way, if there ever is a line, you don't have to really deal with that. It's not that I ship out a lot, but when I did my 7K giveaway, I did 7 giveaways. And then I had a couple other things that I had to send out from before. And then I had like a couple giveaways that Ken had given me from a week or two prior that I hadn't had a chance to meet up with him yet. So I didn't have the prizes that he gave me to send out. So ultimately I had shipping out like 12 things at once. But hey, we're getting there. It's almost the holiday season. People will be getting a few packages in the mail. Try to get it to them before Christmas. What's going on, Milano? How good is the Corvid Mini? See that on the table there? The Mini Corvid Cleaver is awesome. My hands are large, but this can be flicked out, which I successfully did, which I have a hard time with that. There is a top flipper as well. So you've got a flick out fuller, a top flipper, and the regular flipper tab. I mean, come on. And it's a cleaver. It's so small. It just virtually disappears. Tell you what. What's up in all my knife freaks? But yeah. I want to get a full-size Corvid, but the mini Corvid cleaver is definitely top-notch in the mini category. Another one I have that's super small. I'm going to be doing a shipwreck on this one as well. This is the Kershaw Cinder. One of the smallest knives in the collection. Honestly, though, this one basically, the mini Corvid is smaller, but my actual smallest knife, I got my other cinder. This is my Titanium Justin Cinder Buddy Cinder. He and I got together, bought each other a cinder, so we're cinder bros. But my smallest knife is this Italian-made stiletto. 1, 2, 3, boom. Out the side, Otto. Inox, Italy. You can get these at Blade HQ. Look at this action though. Pow. Oops. I just spun as I was doing it, but that fires out fast. Kathleen, pirate ship works well. I've used it for my out-of-town families this year. I don't have a label printer, just print it on regular printer and tape it on. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, right now, I'm putting things in like bubble bags. I put most of my stuff in like a bubble mailers like that. And then I'll write out the address and then tape that on. It's kind of what I've been doing. Do I have the Spyderco McBee? I do not. I don't really have any Spydercos. I have this one that I just caught on my finger on loan. This is from Lanyard Man. I'm going to be doing it's got that righty compression lock. Ugh, I can't. Ugh, ugh. My flick out action with my right. I broke the thumb. I broke my finger. I broke this wrist and this thumb. A lot of breaks in my life. Used to skate a lot. I would like to get one of these one day, but I want to get a lefty compression lock so I can push it the other direction like you would with the right hand. Because when you got the right hand, you can just push like that. It's much easier to hold. When you have it in the left, you're really kind of just holding on the one side with just your thumb. And I don't want to drop it. Any updates on the Jason mask? What about it? I have a Jason mask. I gave a Jason mask away, and I sent Robo won it, and he should have it, and he's probably wearing it right now. Playing with my wee nefarious. How you liking that, Leafy? And a cobalt blue Mannix 2 for none for now. I would like to get the Mannix. There's an XL Mannix. And then they do a lefty PM2 or something like that. That's if I were to get a Spyderco, I'd get that lefty one. Robo. I only wear my mask to sleep, like a beauty mask. What about some flip joint knives? How are they? You mean slip joint potentially? Slip joints, I do have some right here. I actually just got a couple. I'm getting into the case world, trying to get a few more case knives. Paul, I do sell. I'm not like a distributor dealer. I don't have a site, a page. I have my YouTube channel. I do customizations. If people are interested in my customizations, then they get a hold of me and say, hey, can I buy that one? And then I will sell that to them. So this is a case Sodbuster Jr. This was the first case for my collection. This is a brand new case Sodbuster slip joint. Very slicey, thin, nice kind of first knife, but it doesn't have a lock. So it's more of a light duty. My second case that I just got is this case peanut. I actually think this one's pretty fun. Got the little nail neck open. Does have a half stop, so the main blade a little bit smaller. And then the secondary blade. Ah, goodness gracious. Boom. Like that. I do have another case on the way in the mail right now. They are fun little ones. Another company, Rosecraft. This is the Rosecraft Stinking Creek sow belly. Very stiff opening on this one. D2 on the blade and that chubby sow belly stag handle. Tell me that's not a cool looking knife. It's stiffer, so it's a little bit harder to push that. This blade is solid in that position. And look at this half stop. Boom. Boom. Solid. Another one from Rosecraft is the, what is this? My brain just shut off. Clinch River Swayback. Also D2, got that nice choke up spot and that really nice Warncliffe. Feels great in the hand, good half stop on it. Here's one from Rough Rider. This is the Winter is Coming series. What else do they call it? I mean, it's called the White Walker from their Winter Bone series. Tell me this thing doesn't look sweet. This is actually a lock back though, so there's a little lock on there, but it does have a half stop. Just a sweet, kind of weird, futuristic looking for a lock back. I have a sweet collection. Well, I appreciate it. It could be better. I'm working on it, getting more. That's why I'm looking in like case knives, different knives that I don't have. I want to try to advance, you know, grow. This is my first Bowie knife, big old sucker. But now I've been looking on eBay trying to find more Bowie knives. Oh, excuse me. What's going on, Joe Schmo? But you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. See, I can read that, Robo. I know exactly. As soon as I saw it, it was like, and yes. We're right here, bud. We're right here. In Germany, knives sent from overseas get stopped by custom. That sucks. Isn't there a couple of companies? There's one in Germany we were talking about recently. What is that German company? It's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, it sucks. There's certain laws, certain areas. We're talking about the gravity knives. I had my gravity knife video recently. These are not legal in a lot of places. Some places it's legal to have, but not legal to carry. This is the Riot XO Mini or Mini XO Zircotai inlay. If I bought this would be the most expensive knife in my collection, but this is on loan for Mikey Trails. Actually not going to have this one for much longer. Yeah, Boker's in Germany. I knew that. I didn't think of that one, but I feel like there's another one we were talking about. Here's the Boker Kalashnikov. You got a lefty version. These are only like $50, but boom. Fast firing action. Kind of fun. Thanks, Kathleen, writing that down. Yeah, smoke. Boker Kalashnikov. Right there is a fun one. The other Boker I had was that USB. Boker USB out the front is fun. I do have one other, that reality-based blade. Where is it? I've had this one for like 20 years. You might not be able to get this one anymore. But look at that gnarly blade. That is just, oof. You do not want to mess with that tip or this recurve or whatever. Recurve. Gnarly lock back. It's something. Sometimes Blade HQ will not ship to Puerto Rico, but Knife Center will. Joe, what's up, Isabella? Been a Boker fan since childhood. Well, actually, I think these are all Boker Plus. They're not actually Boker. What's the difference? Boker and Boker Plus? Is Boker Plus not? Is that like it's like the cheaper version? $50 for a knife is kind of a good, I like that price range personally. And when you see, I've got a ton of knives right here. There is a big chunk of these that fall into that like $30 to $80 range. I think it's kind of a sweet spot. You know, you can get yourself like a Pyrite, CJRB Pyrite button lock. Good action, opens and closes easy, flicks out really simple, nice choke up spot. Just a good user for like 45 bucks. CJRB's newest one is the Acacia. This one's $30. ARRPM 9, FRN with that textured handle. You've got your crossbar lock, drops easy. You can swing it out, swing it shut. Get in there and flick it out. $30. This is a bug out killer all day. Nice choke up spot, a couple jumps on there. Boom. You kidding me? Gotta be kidding me. 30 bucks. That is nuts. And they do have the Pyrite Light also for $30. I'm not as big of a fan as this one. They extended the blade length on the Pyrite Light versus the regular Pyrite. So the handle's the exact same size, but the blade is longer. You can see that blade is longer. And the thing is I've had Pyrites. I had a black Pyrite, which I did a custom laser mark on. I sold it. I have this Pyrite here. I show it on tons of my knife videos. I open and close it. I don't look. I just do this all day. However I want to have it in my hands. It works great. I have another Pyrite right here. This is the Pyrite Bowie with the rose gold. Same thing. I can sit there and do this all day and never worry about anything. But when they made the Pyrite Light, they decided to make that blade a little longer. So what happens is when you close it, that tip is still exposed all the way to here. Look at that. I can see that tip right there. So with my big old meat hands, if you have smaller hands, no issue. Bigger hands, I'm holding it like this. I go to close it, and it catches my palm right there. And then I move my palm out of the way, and it shuts. I've cut myself twice with this knife. Never cut myself, never had an issue with all the other Pyrites. So why did they make the blade longer when they did not need to? Rant over. The new large Pyrite lights still bite palms. I've heard that the ratio was the same on the large Pyrite lights. I haven't handled one. If it's larger though, now you're getting into like frac territory where it's big. Now that it's big, as I'm swinging that down, even if the blade was longer, it's so much larger, it doesn't tuck up into my palm at all anymore. Where I'm holding it, it's down here where it would hit most other people's hands, and you don't have any worry about that. So I would almost bet that the big one would probably work fine for me. What's up, Ralph? I missed the knife previous to the light. Shoot. Right before the Pyrite light was we were still looking at the regular Pyrite? Is it this one? Jeff? This is the regular Pyrite Alt. $44. Oh, the $30 ones. My bad. You're right. That one is the Acacia. CJRB Acacia. 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 Like the plant. But this one just came out. You can find it on CJRB. You can find it on Amazon. $30. It's great action. Feels good in the hand. Solid little knife. Why would you not? Why would you not? Switchblades says Alcatraz. I have a few. Boker Kalashnikov. Boom, out the side. I've got my little mini Italian stiletto, also on out the side. Keep my face out of the way. Focus. Boom. Oh, I caught my finger. My hands are too big for this tiny little knife sometimes. Boom. There we go. Little Italian made. And then I do have the out the front Boker USB. It's a fun one. So there's that. Justin, titanium Justin is my Cinder Bro. What's up, Cinder Bro? I actually have the other Cinder, you know, I've seen, I got it right here. I'm going to do the Shipwreck on this bad boy real soon. Brawning. That sounds familiar, but no, I do not. The USB is handy. I have a couple. Yeah, Joe, it's a nice, fun little small 5th pocket one. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, there it is. Action is great. These are cheap, too. I think it was on sale when I got it. It's under 50 bucks. I know that. Maybe 30, 40. Somewhere around there. Anybody else get the Hawk? Oh, my God. Come on. Jesus Christ. Right on the table. You know you're in trouble. I keep one in my left pocket with my wallet. Dropped this Hawk twice now. I've got issues. Especially when I'm doing this camera stuff. I don't know. I got to figure out the better way to do this. But what happens is, look, I see him standing here and it looks like natural and comfortable. Watch when I turn sideways. My arm is fully extended outwards. And so when you're sitting there like this is me from the side showing you what I'm doing. You know, usually you would stand here. If I do it right here, you don't really get to see it as much. So showcasing it off. Boom. M390 with the DLC coating right there. Titanium handle. I am really, really loving the Hawk. Great new knife from Kaiser. What's the little green one on the table? Is there another green one other than this here? This one is the mini Corvid cleaver. This is the Concept mini Corvid cleaver. It's got a front flipper. It's got a rear flipper. And then I'll go ahead and try the front flick again. Oh, we're on fire today. Multi-action opening on this tiny little mini cleaver. These are fantastic. I highly recommend picking one up. What's up, Robert Willoughby? Rob's on the list. Rob's on the list. Tracking incoming soon. Why don't I have a second camera zoomed in on my hand in that perfect position? Because I'm doing a vertical live right now and it's only one camera. I don't know if I can do, can I do a multi-camera vertical live? I suppose I could set it up on my OBS studio. I'll have to look into that because when I do my regular lives on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central Time, I have, I set it up on the table through my computer. Wait, no pocket clip? On which one? Which one were we just talking about with no clip? Oh, on the little mini Corvid cleaver? No, there is no pocket clip on the mini Corvid, if that was the one you were talking about. It does have a lanyard hole. But it's tiny. I don't think you can just drop that one in 5th pocket and it's in there. And that's what I'm all about it. Or if it's smaller, some of the smaller ones, I'll put the little lanyard on there like the Civivi Baby Banter, Edyards, or the Civivi Mini, what is this? The Mini Praxis or whatever. I did the Shipwreck on that one. Fun stuff. But then what's nice about that is then you got that smaller knife. I put it in this 5th pocket here, and then the lanyard just hangs out a little bit. You can grab that lanyard, get it out, and do work with your tiny little secondary. What have you been up to today, Fred? Am I going to do another Secret Santa setup? Justin, are we doing it or what? Because if we are, Fred's in, Iowa's in, Fook might be in. We could probably get a couple more. But yes, Fred, let's do it. Justin says yes too. So for those of you who have my Instagram, KDK and 4K, go ahead and get a hold of me if you want to try to get in on a little Secret Santa that we're going to do. We're going to have to figure it out pretty quick. Although if we get behind and we don't do it for a week and then everyone gets it at the end of the year or whatever after Christmas, that's not a big deal. It's fine. But Justin and I will probably have that figured out in the next day or two. But some of you guys I see in here all the time, if you are interested and you want to try to get in on a little, we're going to do a cheap one, maybe like $30 or something, $40, I don't know. Somewhere around there. Nothing too crazy. Is Kershaw a well-made knife, says Kevin Woods. Yes and no. Kershaw has some very cheap knives that you can buy that generally don't have that great of steel, but they also have some nice knives. So Kershaw can be a well-made knife, but if you buy a Kershaw that's under $20 or whatever, then it might be all right, but it's not as good. You get what you pay for. This is the Kershaw Iridium. This actually won Blade Show Blade of the Year like 2 years ago. It's got the crossbar lock, thumb studs, flicks out nice. I believe this one's D2 steel and aluminum. Really nice Kershaw right there. The action is fantastic, as you can see, and it's a good look. What's up, Echo? Even the cheap Kershaw knives are okay. Yeah, they're okay, but you do get what you pay for. You get that $20 knife. It's going to be 3CR 13 MOV. It's not going to hold an edge very well. It might not be super tight. Doesn't mean it's a bad knife. I buy these little Rough Riders are $6. They're $6. Hear that lockout? Blade is solid. Got a nice little lock to it. And you can take a nice shiny brass like that and make a cool shipwreck out of it like one of these. And it's $6. Yeah, it's 440 stainless. It's going to get dull easier, but it doesn't mean they're terrible. Thank you for subscribing, Thomas M. This is the Kershaw Heist. I used to carry the Kershaw Heist quite a bit. Oop. Wow, I'm struggling with the close right now. There it is. Nice thumb stud action. Another D2 FRN scale crossbar lock. Can flick it out easy enough. Great little user. Nothing crazy about this. This one's about $50. These are solid. What is my Instagram again? KDKIN4K. KDK in 4K. KenmanDanKenman. KDK in 4K on Instagram. Pow. Or, Fred, you can message me on Discord too or whatever. We're already talking on that, so. Joe Isabella Smoke. Boker just did a second version of the USB. Original doesn't have a clip and different button. New one has a clip and a flat button. Old one is on sale places if you hunt around. So maybe that was one you were talking about, the Boker USB. Mine, it must be the older one with no clip. But it does have that little lanyard hole. Might not be able to get that one because it's a switchblade. Yep. It is small though. So I know that sometimes like California's got some strict laws, but these smaller ones, sometimes they pass because the blade's under 2 inches. Everywhere's different. 56 today. So there. 56 degrees, $56. What did I miss? Gnar Char. One of my Kershaws. Tell me about the sod butter. Tell me about that sod butter. Tell you what, just ordered my first case, the Blue Bone Barlow. Excellent. Where'd you order it from? Like straight from Case or from like Smoky Mountain or somewhere? So here it is. This is the Sod Buster Junior. I got this from Fleet Farm. It was on sale. I think they're usually 35 bucks, but it was like 25% off sale. So it was like 20 some dollars. It has Delaron for the handle, which is this soft, buttery. I enjoy it. I have a few other knives that have Delaron on them. And it's got this kind of soft, like you could almost press your nail into it, but it's got a nice grip to it. Very thin, slicey blade on the Sodbuster Junior. A lot of different versions available for that one as well. I'm definitely getting more interested in the case knives. I did order another one. I do have this little peanut, which is fun. Smaller knife. I started putting an edge on it for those of you who were in my live where I sharpened this the other day, and we were still kind of having trouble with the cutting some paper. I looked at it close up with a little magnifying glass, and I noticed that basically on this one, there was a little nick here and a little nick right there that I wasn't getting far enough through so that it was sharp, but those little nicks as you're going, when you catch paper, that's going to make it tear. So I need to get in there and actually kind of just reprofile the edge just a little bit, remove those nicks, then sharpen it down, and it should be nice and slicey. But I noticed that just having it out, it gives me chills on the back. When I go like this, it's starting to get that edge where I can kind of feel it tingle down my back. It's so thin, which is cool. I dig that. I ordered one from this nice lady on eBay. It's used. I actually got one from the 90s that looks like it's in good shape. One owner or one family, whatever, from Alaska. And so it's shipping down from Alaska. Less than $30 for a case is a bargain, right, Joe? Yeah, that brand new Sodbuster sale, it was like, you know what? Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I'll try it out. And here we are now. I have another one coming, and I'm looking at a couple others. It's just, I am a collector, as you can see. So even knives that I don't use, I've got a couple of Rough Riders down here. Look at this little Rough Rider lock back. This one and the other one. Actually, I think the other one's better. This one here, just a little nickel bolster or nickel silver bolsters with the bone handle, 440. Clicks out nice. This is a fun little knife. I mean, it is a lock back, so you have your lock. Not generally my style. I am definitely, this would be, if I had to drop down to just one or two knives, it would be something like this. Something like the Knives Fast Tempest Microjet 154 cm, and the titanium opens like a dream. One-handed action all day long. That's what I'm into. Mostly, if I had to carry one. My favorite is this Kaiser Mini Towser K with the frag titanium. I love titanium handles. They feel nice. They look nice. This is a beefy. This would probably be the one. I would just take this. I'd want two. I'd want this, so it's just a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier, huh? And then get me, goodness, probably a mini Milita to go with it, and that'd be a nice combo if I were to only do two. This one's great because that choke up spot, you can get in here and it's just the right size for doing some work. But those fidgety fun action knives is my jam. But I mean, lockbacks, they have their place. Your display is nice. I've got something similar. It's fun shopping for what I'm going to carry, right? I love it. I'm working on this. I'm pretty much out of space though, so I want to build like some angled shelves. And imagine if there was an angled shelf here, I could go like 1, 2, 3 and like stack them. But I was kind of thinking, like, if it's this wide and I stack 3 up, it takes the same as 3 wide. So is it really giving me any more room? I don't know. But I need to work on that. I either need to make a bigger shelf or something. I added these, but ultimately this thing is pretty much full. Look at this one. Boom. The Rough Rider swing guard beast. Completely unnecessary. It's got the micarta with that red inlay. And look at that swing guard. So when you close it, the swing guard goes around to the side, just sits right there. Boom. I love it. That's so cool. What a fun little knife. Do I really carry it around? No. Does it sit on my shelf and then I take it out and go like this? Do I shave my face with my knives? I don't. But another thing I just started looking into and getting into is this right here. So speaking of shaving your face with your knives, this is a straight razor for doing exactly that. But as you can see, I don't shave all that much. And when I do shave, I usually take my trimmer, trim it off, and then stop. Clean shaven, it has been a while. But check this bad boy out. It's got a plastic handle, kind of that wood grain kind of look. It is a hollow grind, so if you look at that tip, hollow on both sides, just to this, super. That's how they get it nice and razor sharp, right? So on this side, it is backwards. I apologize. If anyone knows how to turn this around, I would love it. But it says Barber's Delight on one side, Wichita, Kansas on the other side, and then Germany. So I don't know if it's like sold in Wichita, made in Germany, or German company with American. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that it does say it's from Wichita, Kansas, and then it says Germany after that. But it's pretty fun. I plan to sharpen that up. Will I shave my face with it? Probably not. Will I shave part of my arm with it? My leg? Sure. Sure. Fun knives matter. I have plenty of spaces if you want to send me some to hold. To hold, right? I ran out of space and went with clear acrylic stands to give more area. I've been trying to see if I could find some shelves that I like. Razor collecting can get ridiculous expensive. Joe, any of them can get expensive because you start getting into it, you start liking more titanium, you start liking more high quality steels, and it gets going. But yeah, I hear you. I've looked at some straight razors and they can get expensive. Only one titanium microjet left if you want one, by the way. Talking about this right here. Titanium microjet. Drop shut nice. Just a real good action on there. It just flicks out so easy. Plus it has this little flipper tab. Nice choke up spot. You put tons of jimps on there. And the micro milling on the titanium. See those little grooves? Just feels great in the hand. I am going to anodize mine. All the hardware, the clip, the pivot, the backspacer are all also titanium. So I'm going to go with a two-tone. I'm thinking like a steel blue and then like a bronze for the accents. Still kind of on the fence, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I finally got enough of a collection built up to have to start thinking about display options. Here we go, right? You know, I threw the shelf up and then before I knew it, it was like, wow, what is happening? Do I have any Scottish? I do not. I do not. But whenever I hear something I don't have, it makes me interested. It makes me want to learn more. Check them out. Do I have a favorite? I have not designed any knives. I actually have designed a few knives, but have I given them to anyone? Have they actually been made? No. So in that, I can say I can have some favorites that I customized. I've been doing shipwrecks. This is the QSP Penguin that I did the shipwreck on that handle. So this was an all brass handle. Put it in a container with ammonia and salt. some other chemicals, and made that patina that's actually a patina on the surface that's not going away. It's not painted. Probably my favorite shipwreck that I've done so far. Favorite laser mark that I've done so far is the CJRB Agave. So I did the laser mark on this aluminum handle. The handle was the same color as the blade. And then I did a reverse image of the agave plant, agave. So you can see the little tips of the leaves. That is the color that the handle used to be. And I got a nice aluminum laser mark setting that does this white, which looks great. I've actually got a green one that I just put some white on that looks awesome. But that's probably my favorite laser mark that I've done, although the paisley pattern on this little Kershaw is pretty sweet. It did look like this. And then I put the paisley laser mark on there. This is a little Kershaw Ember. Can't hold it, it's so small. But that paisley pattern turned out nice. Generally, I do custom jobs, and a lot of them people then inquire about buying it, and then I sell them. So most of the customs that I've done, I kind of end up selling. And then I use that money to then buy a couple more to do more custom stuff with. So I don't have all of the things I've done. A couple other fun ones that I do have. I've done a lot of fade dyes. So this was a jade colored handle. So it was just a solid jade like that. And then I did a fade dye from a yellow to orange to red on this Concept Mini Helix. Done several of the fade dyes. I think they're really fun to do. Get a nice variety of shade. It takes a little bit longer because you have to go slow and work it. Here is an artisan cutlery fade that doesn't show up on camera well, but when I go like this, look at the top. See how light it is on the top. As I bring it up, you'll see it gets darker and darker and darker. See that right there, how it's almost just dark purple versus right here, it's like really light purple. So it's got a cool, natural, subtle fade to it. Artisan Cutlery Andromeda with the kind of a Joker die, another Joker die. Here's the Civivi X1 with the cool purple, green, yellow. Fun stuff. What's going on, Full Throttle? Hope you're having a great evening as well. Do I have a laser machine to do them? Yes, I do. If so, what is it? Well, I have... My actual job is not this. My actual job is I do professional laser marking for high-end medical equipment and supplies. And so I have access to really nice machines. The machines that we use are upright 4 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot tall machines. It could be 100,000 plus. We have a couple Trumpfs. We have a Kientz from Germany. We have a Fulba and a Beamer. But they're all large, high-end machines that stand alone. None of them are like tabletops. They're like full, big, industrial-sized machines. But when I'm off work and there's nothing being done on the machines, I have access to use them. We also do blasting and titanium anodizing, so I have access to blasting equipment, high-end anodizing equipment for titanium anyway. We don't do aluminum. And I haven't designed any knives that I've given to anyone. Ultimately, I would like to do that maybe at some point. Been kind of holding them to myself right now. I'm just kind of enjoying it. But one of these days I would like to get a design out there. But I do have, I get to work with like 3D printers and stuff. We're making fixtures for certain things that we have to mark. And so I work in SolidWorks and Photoshop and Illustrator, and I've been learning a lot on like SolidWorks on design and stuff. So it's helping me to be able to do like more like 3D CAD type things. And I did buy a CNC machine that I haven't really run yet because I've been way too busy. One day I'll get there. It was like when I started the Scrimshaw project months ago. Haven't been able to get back to it. Started my mini knife shootout. Haven't been able to get back to it. I have die project 15 over there, and I've done die project 59. And 15 we tried to do some weird stuff. It didn't work, and I struggled back and forth with it, so it's kind of sitting in limbo. What knife do I have that has the shortest blade? That's probably this one, the Italian Stiletto Auto. It's got a little 1-inch blade on there. Not much as much usable of a blade versus like the Kershaw Cinder. That also has about a 1-inch blade, but you can get a hold of this one. Look at how that fits in my hand nice and tight. I can put my thumb on there and actually use that to make some cuts. Another real small one would be that mini Corvid cleaver, but that one's, you know, even though it's tiny, it still has about 1.5 inches, so it's bigger. Woo! Oh, I do have the tiny little old timer. Can't remember what this one's called exactly, but it's not too big. Micro side. The cleaver is so awesome because it's got the flick out. Now I'm failing it. You can get into fuller and flick it. You can front flip it. And you can rear flip it. Well, but it's fidgety. It's got fidget factor and it's tiny. That's super cool stuff. As soon as I saw that one, I didn't actually get it right away, but I knew. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get one of those in my collection as soon as I got an extra to buy it. Do you carry one outside? Yes, I do. Today, this is my carry. I have the Kaiser Veritas. Did I just say that? The Kaiser Veritas. This is the Nitro V with the G10 handle that looks like carbon fiber, but it's actually G10. It came with 2 different pivots. So I swapped out the silver or the black pivot for this gold one. I don't know, just gives it a little bit more class. Fun little flick out, easy to use, nice front flipper on there. Great daily carry, solid knife. So that was my main for today, the Kaiser Veritas. And then my secondary today was the Kaiser Shot. This is a new one from Kaiser. This one's only been out for a couple of weeks. The Shot is a smaller, thin, slim, low profile, gentleman's kind of a knife. Very sharp. Got a nice front flipper on there that I can't do when I'm looking at camera. But then the thumb studs, flicks out easy. Aluminum handle and 154 cm. Very small, nice little slicey, getting in. I always carry 2. I'll have one that's a little bit bigger on the main, and then a smaller one for my secondary. I also usually have a pen. I've been carrying this CRKT titanium pen that I got from Stacy. I won off of Stacy Bolstered Blades, had a giveaway. I won that pen, so I've been carrying that pen for a while. And then I'm also on like close to a month now carrying the Arcform pry bar, the Alt Pry. This is titanium. I haven't used it yet. We're going to see how many days I have it before I actually use it. And I could have used it because they say this is designed to have that edge where you can now, it's not sharp, but it's sharp enough that if I had a box, I could tear open a box, cut some tape or something with that. But I have not used it for that. I'm specifically waiting for something that requires this. So I'm going to keep carrying it. I'm going to do a daily count until we figure out how many days it is, see if we get to 100 before I need it. And then if I do, then does that mean I need to stop carrying it? But if I have a task where it's like I can easily just take my knife and cut it with my knife, I'm not going to grab that because I can use my knife and I will have my knife. Now it's got to be something where I don't have my knife. Mark, you talking about the pry bar? This one? If you want one of these, I would jump on it now because this is the Alt Pry bar from Arcform. Arcform is going out of business, and so they got a nice big sale. And so if you go to arcform.com or whatever it is, I don't know how many they have left, but they had this huge sale and you got a big discount. Something like $80 you get for like $30, and it's titanium. It's nice. It's got that it's all one piece folded over for the clip. Got this little groove on this side that feels nice. And yeah, so I'm going to keep carrying it until it comes up with something where there's a nail or a staple or something that someone needs pried out, and then I'm going to be like, boom, it was 30 days I carried it, or more. Probably going to be more. But you never know. You never know when it'll pop up. Okay. Besides my mint collection, what does your EDC look like? I mean, it depends. I carry so many different things all the time. Some of the beaters I have, like this Kaiser Lieb, I use this one a lot, but I wipe things down so they look like they're still fantastic. If I have a lot of boxes to tear down, one of my workhorses is this cold steel, the Tough Light. It's got some sticky schmutz on there, but the shape of this, your fingers lock into that thing. You've got your their super strong lock from Cold Steel that I can't remember the name of right now. Idiot. But yeah, I use this one. It's great for just tearing down boxes and stuff. I used to carry this SOG Terminus like all the time. This is definitely a beater knife. $50 beater knife. It does have a little spot of rust on there, but for D2, I left this out, got wet over and over, and it still doesn't get bad. So I'm not sure what people are doing when they really get nasty. It'll be perfect for opening presents. Just carry a screwdriver. You have a knife with 3-inch blade that folds but doesn't lock. So then you would want to get something like a case like Sod Buster, no lock, or Rosecraft. Here's a Stinking Creek sow belly with a really stiff open, D2, stag handle, crazy half stop, but no lock. Yeah, I'd look into some slip joints probably. You get 5 years for, oh, wow. Just for carrying a knife over 3 inches in the UK, you get 5 years. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. All right. So, is everybody done Christmas shopping, or what is it that you're still out to get that you haven't picked up yet? Anything from Kaiser? Towser K is a win. Now you know why you'd rather just carry a screwdriver. It's just a screwdriver. Isn't that action awesome? Oh, so fun. Hard to find a decent knife with a strong, that looks good with a 3-inch fold. And I've seen, I know that Kaiser and a few other companies have started making knives specifically for this, where it is a non-locking, slip joint style blade that still flips out. I don't have one as an example to show. What's up, Paul? Kenman. I haven't made any pens in a while. I need to make some. I've got some supplies. I could get out there and do it. I just haven't. I have to make a few more things on the lathe for Christmas. Maybe I will get in there and knock out a pen or two. That would be fun. What are you up to tonight, Paul? Double detent. Mini sheepdog double detent. There you go. Double detent knives are for that purpose. What was that one that I had from Lanyard Man? That Axon? Or no, that wasn't the Axon. It was the Wow, my brain. What is that company that makes the Axon? And they have that double detent one. I had that one. It was kind of fun because you flick it open and then you push it and it would flick it shut. The Vero Neuron. Thank you, Fred the Love. The Vero Neuron. Right. That one is cool, but that's also several $100s for that bad boy. Cool looking knife, but whew. I mean, their quality, it was titanium. I don't remember the blade steel. It was fun. I did cut myself on that one. It's just that double detent, getting used to that. It's a little weird. But if it's something that where you're trying to, you know, adhere to the laws in your area, you do what you do, right? So what is the plan tonight? Everybody going to watch Rob or Casey or both? Or do anybody else do that? You have a couple different streams up at the same time. You can kind of get in the chat on both. Maybe you have the volume down on one and up on the other. I'll definitely be in there a little bit. I have some filming to do. I have to make a video. I'm behind on video, so I'm like at daily right now. There was a time where I was like 2 weeks ahead. It goes, it comes and goes. Right now, I do not have a video for tomorrow, so I still have to finish filming it. I did just finish another Shipwreck, which I'm excited about, but it's going to take me a little bit of editing on that. When I do the Shipwrecks, it's the intro, the tear down, the prep, the putting in the container, checking on the container, taking it out of the container, washing it off, clear coating it, then putting it back together. So now you're looking at all those clips and you got to put all those clips together and maybe time lapse this one into a faster speed, time lapse this one into a faster speed, turn the volume down on that one, and by the time you're done, you've spent a couple hours editing. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing tonight. Kaiser has a double detent Vanguard knife, says Fred. Yeah, I swear I remember seeing that. They might have another one that's newer, because I remember seeing one a few months ago, and then I remember seeing another one recently that it looked like it was new, but I could be wrong in that. Shoot. Why won't that paste? Oh, I hate you. What's going on, Neil? How do I feel about Boker in general? I'm not mad about it. I have a few Bokers. They don't bother me. The double detent sheepdog. Ooh, that might be fun. I have a sheepdog, but not a double detent. What? I have a mini sheepdog. If I can squeeze over here. Jesus Christ. But mine's a button lock. So you're telling me they have a sheepdog that's a double detent? M390 just got yours 3 weeks ago, not too impressed. Which model? Paul, send it to me. I'll check it out. That'd be cool. Flicks open and closes so good. Yeah, I mean, sheepdog is great. This one is nice. I enjoy it. Button lock on here. I don't carry it around as much as I should. And I do have a full-size sheepdog. I know people that are into the sheepdogs, they tend to get crazy with it and carry tons of sheepdogs. Yeah, get a hold of me on Instagram, Paul. That's cool. I totally would check it out. But yeah, this is the only other sheepdog I have. It's got the liner lock. Nice drop to it. Flicks out well. I know there are some people that love their sheepdogs and have just tons of them, which is cool. I don't have any that I have tons of. I mean, I do have several Towser Ks. Towser K, Towser K, Towser K. Rich light copper, and then the micarta. dueling Towser Ks. Excellent stuff. Towser K for the win. The only Towser that's better than the Towser K is the mini Towser K. White Mountain Knives exclusive. This is my favorite. I love it. Not much smaller actually than the regular, oh my god, than the regular Towser. If you look size-wise, they're pretty close. Blade's a little bit shorter, handle's almost the same though. It does have the Kaiser clutch lock on there. So realistically, I love the look and everything about this, but I wish it had the frame lock like this here, because you get it on your thumb and just boom. As a lefty, I enjoy this one. Yeah, this red micarta is awesome. I did swap it so it has the black liners and the black hardware. It did have all silver on there, but the silver was all, I put the silver all on the blue one, and I put the black from the blue one all on the red one, so mine's a little bit different. I had the White Mountain Knives mini Towser and told you about it, and then promptly sold mine. So sad I did that. Oh, you're the one who told me about it, and then you're the one who ended up getting me to buy this, and here I am holding it in my hand and saying it's one of my favorite knives. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But you don't have yours anymore. What's up, Randy? Dan Stan, what is going on? Yeah, Mark, those Veros are nice. Lanyard Man sent me like 3 or 4 Veros to check out. Very cool. All of them were lefty versions too. The fact that they make lefty and righty versions, so choice. I have a few lefty versions. This is my concept Warrior, full lefty, titanium, nice action. And then my other full lefty is also a concept. The concept Fenrir. Oof. The Fenrirs are now available from Tenable with a button lock. Although the difference is they don't have, well, it's button lock, and they don't have the front flipper on there. And the front flipper on here is nice. So I'm not sure why they got rid of the front flipper to make it a little different. Maybe something with the button lock, but Fenrir is a really cool knife. So I got to have a few lefties in the collection. What was my other lefty? Oh, the Boker. It's, you know, whatever, button actuated Kalashnikov, but it is a lefty version. So there is that. Jack loves him a front flipper. Yep, front flippers are nice. So many different types. Oh wow, there's a fail on that one. Kaiser or Kubi Ruckus with a nice front flipper. We got the real nice front flipping Milita. Wow, that was a slow roll front flip. Boom. Full size Militas. Excellent front flip action. What was the one and I was just talking about? Well, I know the Kaiser Veratus, that front flipper works great. I mean, it's big, it's up there, real simple to actuate. Did a front flipper delete? Paul Mike does a lot of interesting customizations. Check them out. Front flipper delete though on a Sweeney. On a full-size Sweeney. Wow. I'd like to see pics of that. I'm surprised I haven't seen them. You probably posted, I just missed it. That's cool stuff though. I have been wanting to try a flipper delete and I just haven't gotten to it yet. One of these days I will. Where was that other fun front flipper that I was trying to think of? The Remet. What is this? The Remet Wild series. This is the budget Remet. So it's got a two-tone on the blade. I believe this is 14C28N. And then a layer G10 So you got this like orange, black, green, black, green, black, green, black, green. The wild species. Got the pearl on the thumb studs and a nice big front flipper. Satisfying action. Drop shut. Wild series is pretty fun. Want to flip or delete your Sentinel Strike? Well, Leafy, you should do it. And if you're afraid to do it and you don't want to do it, send it to Paul. He'll do it for you. Edwards, 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 Edwards. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Edwards. Does that guy have a problem? He keeps saying Edwards. Oh, I tell you. So I do, I need to buy some more knives. I'm just not sure where to go, what I'm looking for yet. I have been looking at some more case knives. If anyone has recommendation on some case, I want to get a bigger case. I keep finding ones that I like, and then they end up being small, like this, which is fine. But I want a large. Like, what is the large? Like, they know they have like a large toothpick or something like that. Bull Buster. It's like the Sod Buster, only huger. Sod Buster is actually not a terrible size because I can get a full grab on it. Bull Buster. I'm writing that down. The old Bull Buster. Oh, I gotta stand up again, my knees. I will definitely check it out. Check out Tucson Knives, has some nice ones. Tucson has some nice what? Slip joints or lockbacks? Or I don't have, I had a couple Tucsons. The one I know is this this one right here is my morel mushroom hunting karambit. It's like stiff. It's gotten wet a bunch of times and doesn't really flip out as good as it used to. It's a fun one though. I still kind of, I mean, last year I don't think I brought it with me when I went morel hunting, but I think it was because I just did my daily carries, and whatever I carried that day when I found some, it became the video, and I was like, oh, boom, boom, cut. Boom. I just ordered that Remet on Amazon. That thing is sick. It is, Jack, and it's not too expensive. It's a fun little knife. Thank you for subscribing, Jack. A lot of interesting knives that we look at on the channel. I do a lot of customizations. I'm always trying to find something fun and new. Someone said I need a Rambo knife. I got myself a Rambo knife. Someone said get a Bowie knife. I got myself a Bowie knife. People are always asking about certain things, and so I try to add those to the collection, build the collection. I have a Squid Industries that'll be getting here. It was supposed to be here today. It's the one that says it's scheduled delivery by end of day. But then it also says that it was in Chicago at 11 o'clock this morning. And I know that when something's out for delivery, it doesn't get here until 4 or 5, but it will say it's out for delivery at about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So at 11 in the morning, if it was in Chicago, which is a good 6-7 hours away from here, I'm pretty sure that saying where it says delivered by the end of the day is no longer correct. So I'm gonna have to wait. Hopefully I get it tomorrow, because you know when you're expecting it, oh, I'm getting it on Monday, I'm doing the unboxing, I can post a video. Every single one of the knives I've been getting lately have been backed up a day or two. It's a holiday season. But that's kind of how I ended up getting caught up and then behind. It was like, oh, I was going to film that when I got home. And then that'll be my video for tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm free, so I can make a couple more videos with this and this. And then that gets me to Wednesday. And what happens is it kept being, oh, one of them didn't show up, so I didn't have that to film. So then I had to figure out something else. I filmed something else. And by the time I got it here, I just got behind, and I don't have a video for tomorrow yet. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm halfway into a couple of projects. I'm going to have that Shipwreck done. That'll probably be the one for tomorrow, but I have quite a bit of editing to do with that, so that's going to take some of my time. I have another one that I'm working on, but it's like 17 or 18 clips that I gotta then edit and put them all together. I got crop the front or the back, make sure the volumes all match, speed up a couple segments. It's I'm not complaining, but I don't know. I might not get that one up for a few days just because I need the extra time to do that edit. And sometimes I like to just hit record. All right, Kenman here. Today we're looking at this knife right here. Blobbity bloopity ploppity plow, and done. And then I can just upload it. make a cover or make a thumbnail, call it a day. Ooh, knives, says Stephen Meyer. Big folding knives. Would like to see big folding knives. I have them for you. Huh? This is the Maxace Goliath SLD Magic Sand, my sandwich blade. That is an actual Hamon line on there from the multi layers of the steel, titanium on the bolster. Absolute beast. This is like a 4.5 inch folder. Folding sword in the hand. Yeah, it's a bad time for mail and stuff, no doubt. I sent 2 money orders, one to North Carolina, other to Missouri. North Carolina got there 2 days. Missouri still floating around in the system. I had one that said it was out for delivery. It came from California and then landed up in Kansas, then Minneapolis, which is close to me, then St. Paul, which is close but a little further, then back to Minneapolis, which is closer. Then it said that it was out for delivery. Then it was lost. Then it was back in St. Paul. Then it was in Missouri. Then back to Minneapolis. Then it was delivered. So, yeah, every once in a while, things do things. Or when I sent that Golden Design Works caliber back to Lanyard Man, the tracking number failed. It was not in the system. It said, oh, it's not in the system. It should be in the system within 30 minutes of you dropping it off, which was 4 days ago. No tracking, no information. It's a knife you can't buy, you can't get it. It's a lefty titanium premium Golden Design Works caliber. I can't buy that and get it to them. And so it was lost in the mail, and I was about to need the poop knife, and then it did show up. And 3 days later, it still said that the tracking number was lost, and so they didn't even know it had shown up. And now, if I mail something over $300 or $400, I put tracking, or I put a little insurance on there. It freaked me out. I was like, man, I'm not even gonna be able to buy that. I got the money to buy it, let alone it's something that you can't even get. Good news is it'll eventually get to where it's going, as long as someone doesn't steal it. I've had stuff take a month. It always shows up. I had the one that I sent to Canada that ended up coming back. It got back to me about 50 days later. And they had opened it. And I talked to the guy at the post office. And he said to him, it appeared that once in a while, there's just someone that will see something that goes through the customs. And I wrote that it was a knife. They saw that it was a knife, and they were like, I'm running this through the ringer, and they opened it, and they looked at everything, and I don't know what happened. Ultimately, they sent it back. I got it back. You could tell it had been torn into and taped back shut. Nothing had been removed, and I did get it back. And then I went and talked to someone at the post office. They helped me figure out a better way. I removed the blade so that it was now a handle and a blade, multi-tool, and extra tracking information on it. And I haven't heard from him because my email went down. and I haven't been able to get that back. But that was like a month and a half ago, so hopefully it got up there and got to them, because isn't there some shipping in Canada issues now? Customs is a whole different story, right? Because it could just sit there. Could just sit there. Need to check out Jack Wolf knives. Yep, I've seen them. I know all about Jack Wolf, other than I have not personally owned one. I've held a couple. I've opened a couple. I saw them at Blade Show, Texas last year. They make some nice knives. Ben, the guy who runs the things over there, seems like a cool dude. They are expensive. So yeah, Canada Post is on strike right now. But I mailed that out to Canada. It's probably been almost 2 months now, a month and a half. So I'm hoping that he got it. But again, he only, unless he tries to get a hold of me on Instagram or on YouTube, he tries to send me that email. I wouldn't know, because I don't have that email anymore. Yeah, Mark, Jack Wolf is cool. I budget myself out on knives. I like buying knives. I like doing customizations. So that drops me down into the lower price points. And so when I'm looking at $300 knives, I don't have any purchased $300 knives and up. It would take me a little more saving, and then not buying other knives that are more, because I can go buy a $40 knife and a $60 knife and a $30 knife and a $60 knife, and I've still spent less than the one Jack Wolf. Yeah, they're definitely not as expensive, but I mean, dude, the $30 Acacia, this knife is a win. So I can buy knives like that, do custom work on them, and then buy a couple more and not really feel the dent. Versus if I buy a $300 knife, I'm going to feel the dent a little bit more, if that makes sense. Devo nip slip is a Jack Wolf killer. Yeah, that Devo nip slip, it's got a stiff detent. It looks cool. I'm into it. But when I have something like this Rosecraft with a strong detent and a stiff D2 steel, feels really nice. It makes me more interested in some of these slip joints. But they're expensive. Do I have any Chris Reeves? I do not. I don't have any, but I would like to get one day. I have kind of checked out a few, reviewed a couple. Don't have any in the collection. Again, there's another one that's on that. The price range is a little bit higher, so it's a little bit less likely that I pick those up. Not that I wouldn't like to. Kathleen likes the nip light. Yeah, the nip is great. The nip light, they look really cool. I would like to have one. They are a couple $100. And then when I was in that, at that time, what was I getting? Was that like right when I was getting the saving up? I got the Microjet. I think I got the Microjet and the Tall Boy. Didn't those both come out? Or the Tall Boy might have been a little bit sooner than that. But I had already just had spent couple hundred and another 160 or whatever, and it's like, oh, now I'm back down to my, I have credit cards I can put it on, I have some savings and stuff, but I try to create myself a comfortable budget. Boom. Microjet was a few days after, right? But it was fairly close. So it was like I picked up this and I picked up that, and that was a little dent. Don't go into debt for a hobby. Exactly, Fred. Exactly. And I used to make more money. I used to have a higher paying job, but I was working 70 hours a week, and I was unhappy. I lost 10 years of my life because I was just working too hard. And I realized time was more important to me than money. And from that moment on, I've definitely been investing more in life and enjoying life and living in the moment. And I don't make as much money, so I don't have that extra income to throw around as much. But I'm happier. I'm living. You can't buy time. Cannot buy time. And so I will buy stuff that I like and then pay my bills and do all the stuff that I need to for that, that adult life. But I feel like I'm fairly strong in that, yeah, I have a ton of knives, but I budget accordingly. I try to pay attention. I saw a nice Bowie knife that I'd really like to get right now. It's several $100s that I'm not going to buy because it's definitely, it also depends when they get expensive like that. It's like, well, what's the purpose? Am I going to, because I like to carry knives. I like to cut things with them. I don't cut a ton of stuff, so it's not crazy, but I don't like the thought of like, oh, I just bought this, it's $300. And what does it do? It sits right there. I go like this, I open it, I go, oh, that feels nice. I close it, I open it, I close it, and then I set it down. It's like I want to, if I'm going to spend something like that, it'd be nice that I'm carrying it around, cutting some stuff with it on occasion. KC will be live in 11 minutes. Yes, Kathleen. He starts at 1:45. I will be done by then. That was the plan. Actually, an hour and 40 in. I didn't realize it's been going that quick. But yeah, basically my Mondays, I plan to get on around 4:30, and then be done before Casey and Rob start up. I know that's their normal time slot. I don't want to encroach on anybody's, whatever. But the thing is, I could do this, and I can say, all right, everyone, not that I have any draw, any pull, but I can say, all right, guys, shutting it down. Like on Saturday, I did that, and then I was like, all right, we're shutting down. The Night's Edge is going to be on a little bit. Everyone go check out the Night's Edge. You can kind of get everyone to head over there and maybe get a few more people in another live for somebody. If I was to buy a $600 knife, it would be the AD-20, the original American-made, big old beast titanium version of this 20.5. I love this knife. It's cool. But I could see myself investing in that one. The opening and closing, it's just a bigger knife than the 20.5, but it's got that same style. I'd get the shark foot blade shape on that one, and I'd be quite happy with it. One thing's for sure, we're all just passing through. We're not going to live forever. Yeah, we are a small speck of time, and Earth's been around for millions and millions of years, and humans have been only here for this small little chunk. Soak it in and enjoy it while we can, right? My Microtech MSI, Microtech standard issue. I'm considering maybe selling this. This one's pushing a couple $100. I don't really carry it. I think it's cool, but it's just not the action. The detent it's too easy to talk. Hey, what's going on? I talk because I'm a knife with a loose detent. And it's a little light. Maybe if I put the heavier scales on there. But I would consider maybe selling this or trading it to someone for something of similar value. Just sometimes you get a knife, you have it for a while, and then you realize, it's not really for me. Some of them I'm definitely got myself a couple of these. Picked up this one, and it was so mint. Look at that blade. The Buck 110 2-dot. This is from 74 to 1979. So this is practically, it's a 50-year-old knife in mint condition. So I had to go get me another one. Also a Buck 110 2-dot. But this one's been used a little bit more, so I won't feel as bad about beating on this one a little bit. But if a knife makes it 50 years and no one's ever sharpened it, it's like, I mean, sure. Do what you want. You buy something, you want to use it. But if I could pick one up that's brand new at Fleet Farm for the same price, get that one, use that one. This one has been around. I mean, 50 years old. Look at that blade. Would you look at it? Just look at it. No scratches. No sharpening done. No broken tip. I have to preserve this gorgeous knife, and I'll beat on that one right next to it, which is fine. What's up, blade addicts? How's it going, Addicted to Blades? What's up, Brian Redbeard? Does the nation of... I'm sorry, that heart's in the way. Does the nation of origin mean anything to you, or do you just buy knives that you think are... I will try any company, Joe. The way I do it is I say, oh, I've never bought anything from Kaiser before. Let me try one out. So then I buy a Kaiser, and I'm like, all right, here's my Kaiser drop bear. Ooh, that feels nice. I like that. And if a knife feels good, it's got nice action, I enjoy it, and it cuts well, and it kind of performs the way I want, then I will give that company a little more of my business. I will try another one. And then it grows from there. And it's like, okay, now I have another Kaiser. Ooh, I like that one too. And then it goes. And so I don't care where it's made. I'll give it a shot. But if they make a quality product, then I will give them more business. If they don't make a quality product, I have some companies I'm not fans of. I don't really just push. People are going to like, everyone will have a different experience. So yeah, I don't have any Vostids. Vosti kind of did me dirty, so I'm not really a fan. This is a Riot XO. Boom. That one has L-Max, double edge, camo carbon. Do you guys see Melissa? She posted, someone made a comment. She had a knife that she was like, oh, it's this, and it's got this with fat carbon. And they were like, oh, it's not fat carbon, it's obese carbon, or like heavy set carbon, or the comments became gold. It was so funny. Here is the Mini XO. Oh, I just locked it. This one's CPM 3V. These are both from Mikey Trails on loan. Zircotai inlay. This thing is sweet. Got that lock on there so you can lock it open. Fun little fidget factor of the gravity knives. Big boned carbon. I laughed out loud, and my buddy at work was like, what's so funny? And I'm like, come look at this. He's like, that's hilarious. This is the XOU or whatever with the utility blade. Super fidget factor. It's got that little piece of frag section on there. This is anodized aluminum, and you can change out that razor blade. So if you're cutting wires and stuff like that, recommend it. Big bone carbon. Gotta go. Have a nice night. Me too, Fred. Thank you all for hanging out. Much appreciation. Normal vertical lives on, or normal lives on my computer, sideways, multi-screens, lots of fun. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central Time. I do vertical lives sporadically, Mondays after work, like today. I post a full-length video every day, shorts all the time, having a lot of fun, doing customizations, unboxings, all of that. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.